Hi, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, I've been away for 30,000 years and now I'm back. I have been taking on a lot of energy from world events, let's say, and not coping with it really well. I got lost there a little bit, so I got sick. But now I'm back. And we're doing a love reading for Pisces. We're going to do both for single and for committed. I understand that there's 1,000 variants in between there, like maybe you're separated, maybe you already just met someone, or but we're going to focus on single and committed for Pisces. I don't know if you heard that. Maybe we have some guests. Pisces love for the month of March of 2022. We're starting with an overall energy here, and then we're going to use each other's stories. We're going to learn from committed, and we're going to learn from single. Pisces love. Finally, angel or miracles, open your heart and expect a miracle. And it's very fiery. I just see a lot of fire underneath here today, very fiery. So whether that is like dealing with a fire sign or just that the energy is really fiery, I'm going to leave that for now. So expect a miracle. The focus is on opening your heart, and expect a miracle. So we're going to see where we go with that. So for Pisces, please, for single, even though we were in a committed relationship, I inspire you to still listen. Angel or miracles. Pisces single for the month of March. It really worked itself out there. Time for a nap. Time for a nap, Pisces single. This is very much my a little bit of a workaholic card. When someone has been at it like too strong or too long, like when you are in a situation and you're sort of overdoing it or you're overthinking it quite a lot. This is like when Spirit is asking you to take a nap, to just take a step back for a little bit and just sort of find that balance again, and almost be more the receiver rather than the finder, if that makes sense. Like you don't have to put up so much energy towards looking for a relationship or thinking about your relationship. This is like that work is done, if that makes sense. Like you have done enough work so that the universe knows exactly what type of relationship that you're looking for. And this is all about taking a nap and letting the universe do what it does best, just bring it to you. Number 24 there equals balance. It's a heart matter, and it's laying a new foundation. If we add those up, we have a number 6. So that is love. That is love and harmony. That is the connection to source, first and foremost. Time for a nap. And then we're jumping into Pisces committed and single. Pay attention. Because I find that these, even though it's like a focused on single, it can be like the energy can still be for you when we're talking about committed and vice versa. Pisces. Imagine, oh, I love this card. I love the image. It's interesting because it's like the same moon. It's the same moon, like the shape of the moon, the size of the moon is the exact same one in the next card. That's so interesting. So we're using a lot of, I mean, Pisces is moon. You're moon children in the sense that you go deep. Pisces run deep. Like there's deep emotions, there's deep feelings. Pisces could never do something. I know I'm completely generalizing now. Pisces could never do anything on surface level. Like surface level is just not your thing. If you are invested in something, you're invested like 100%. And so the fact that the moon is here representing you, or like really being behind you, or really like playing a role here, I feel like that is of significance here today. With a 20 for committed, which is the upgrade, it's a 2.0 version of you. So this Imagine card is like imagining what you want, like putting faith to the test, if you will, being in accordance with the source, to just manifest literally whatever it is that you want. And this seems to be something like you're reaching, if you're in a committed relationship, you're reaching for something, Pisces, that seems a little bit hidden. You're trying to access something that feels a little bit hidden. Let's see what that is about. I'm just going to clarify that for a bit there for Pisces committed. Can we clarify this hidden part? Or what is it that they want to access? Why is that here? Your person. Knight of Raphael. This is interesting. This is more, it's almost like a singles read. It says committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situation or topics that make your heart flutter. And so, I don't know, Pisces committed. Do you feel like for right now, because you're in, I mean, it's saying committed romantic relationships, you're in this committed relationship, but does it feel like there's some sort of distance between you and your partner? You know, just because you're together doesn't mean that you're necessarily connected. Does that make sense? There's something here that maybe has had you separated for a bit, and it's almost like you're visualizing yourselves together again, or there's something you want to reach. Something is being underneath here, and you're trying to reach it. You want to just reconnect with your person again on a very, very strong, like on a strong level, if that makes sense. It feels like it was just rainbows and butterflies and just wildly gorgeous there for a bit, and then we lost touch, or we lost excuse me, this is not like we're not in touch anymore, we're not staying in touch anymore. This is like if you're in a relationship and you live in the same house, you have children together, you have a whole life together. So and in losing touch, I just mean you just might find that you just don't vibe right this very instance. I don't feel like it's a big deal at all. Open your heart and expect a miracle. There's something about being very open and very upfront. Maybe a little bit tough for Pisces sometimes, because you're sort of holding things in for a bit until you sort of bubble over, and then you need to talk about it. And you sometimes expect the other person to just know who you are, and maybe they do to some point, which is why you then get disappointed that they don't know all aspects of you, or what everything about you means, that they should just figure it out. You know, they're not a mind reader, although they can pick up that maybe something's a little bit off. And if you're with another Pisces, or if you're with a fire sign, like try to not sort of wait for them to come to you, or like they should solve it. See it as they don't understand and you need to explain. Just sort of assume that they don't understand, okay? There's something here that like this is gorgeous. Like the foundation of this relationship is gorgeous. We have the Knight of Raphael. This is this is beautiful, a beautiful connection. There's something here that has disconnected you, or there's something, you know, it can just be an off day. It doesn't have to be bigger than that, but maybe because you came from such a place that was just, like I said, rainbows and butterflies, and for a moment you're not vibing, you're looking for something that feels a little bit hidden. You want to access them. It's like all of a sudden they became a little bit mysterious. But I just feel like in these moments, that's when the biggest upgrade is taking place in this specific relationship, if that makes sense. You're going through the biggest upgrades, the biggest evolution, the biggest transformation is what I'm looking for. When, I don't know what to call it, when you go into your quiet place, when you can't really reach each other, there's this growth that is just taking place inwards. And how we can use this for single, like if single people use this situation, do you feel like this is out of reach? This most gorgeous relationship for Pisces single, this most gorgeous relationship. You're dreaming about it, you're visualizing about it. But could it be that you feel like it's a little bit hidden? It's a little bit tough to reach it, or why are you not already in this most beautiful relationship? You, on the other hand, though, is like not, it feels like Pisces single more is inspired to sort of let it be, to not assume and to take action right now, but to rather let it be and wait for the universe to work its wonders. Open your heart. Expect the relationship of a lifetime. Expect a relationship of a lifetime, but and dream about it, visualize about it, imagine it into being, but then surrender it to the universe and let the universe do the final part, if that makes sense. And also for this, for let's see, for Pisces committed, how we can use this to take a nap. Like sometimes, like just feel the vibe of the situation. Sometimes it's better to sleep on it. I know that a lot of people like, it's like never go to bed angry, or never go to bed in a conflict, you know. Solve it before you go to bed. Solve it before you go to sleep. But if you're like exhausted, if you're super, super tired, and we're already a little bit agitated, or worried or upset or even like angry or sad, in my experience, that only gets worse. To actually sleep on it, to actually get a good night's sleep and then start over in the morning, maybe even say that, you know, can we just have a good night's sleep and sort of gather ourselves and gather more energy, and then we'll talk in the morning. Is that fine? Like we agree to disagree right now. And so in that sense, we're fine, and we'll solve it in the morning, because then we have more energy and we see things more clear. You attract things from the other person that is way better than if you're a little bit like on edge, if that makes sense. So sometimes just listen to your intuition, Pisces, about where you're at in the situation. Sometimes it's like just let it simmer for a bit. Let it sit there for a bit. But then don't assume that your person knows what's wrong. We need to talk about something. And for the both of you, there's something about like just open your heart and be as vulnerable as one can be, whether you're single or in a committed relationship. And miracles literally are taking place. I find the most rewarding things happen as you surrender. You just surrender and in it comes. Like a, what do you call it? Letter in the mail. Okay, going deeper here for Pisces single, please. Pisces single. Number 6 again, simply love. It's almost like I hear someone say, easy for you to say. Yeah, simply love. For single Pisces, we have another number 6 there. That's really beautiful because we have number 24 that adds up to number 6. So there's a lot of love, a lot of love and harmony here, but also the most important relationship, the connection with your source, the connection with your inner being. Simply love. And what I'm getting with this card here today, like you see the sun there in the back, and here we have the moon, strong moon influence, strong sun influence. So there's like, you can look at it from like, I don't find the words today. The several things here, but the if you're so Pisces, if you come here to listen, you might be a Pisces sun, right? You can also be a Pisces moon. There's something about it here that we're using the moon and the sun, understanding the opposites of those or the polarities of those and the importance of both of them, that it's equally important with this for the sun to be out as it is for the moon. And there's something with the signs here today. So if you don't know it, then please look up your moon sign. So your sun sign might be Pisces, but your moon sign might be different. Or you're here being a moon Pisces, then I would check out your sun sign, because there's something with the blend of these two this time around, specifically for Pisces and specifically for this time around. I feel like you're getting most of your out of this reading for the month of March if you pay attention to both the sun sign and the moon sign. Okay? And then the importance of the polarity feels very significant. There's something about and I do get a little, like, just as I go into this energy, I do get a little blocked in my neck. Like in the back of my neck, I almost like I want to do this. Like I feel like I'm not free. It's a little bit blocked or a little bit locked in my neck. And to me, this is just saying, first and foremost, that could be like a little bit of a blockage in your throat chakra. Like you have a little bit trouble to express completely your authentic self, like completely who you are in the world and completely to someone else. To have that other person in your life that just gets you, that just not a mind reader, but that just gets you and that just understands what you're about. Your funky stuff and your funny stuff and your loving and endearing stuff and your not so beautiful stuff, like to just display it all, just lay it out there. I feel like maybe there's a little bit of just, speaking your truth, walking your walk more authentically, like full on, this is who I am, body and all, this is exactly who you are. And also like the feeling of, so we talk so much about like the voice is about being heard and speaking your truth and getting your voice and like yourself across, like to get yourself to be heard, for someone else. But it's equal, it's reverse as well, because the throat is so much about the ears as well. So it's about being heard and being understood. And I think that's the most important thing here for you, Pisces, that you feel like you're with someone that really gets you. And there's something with the passing on into generations. Like we have a father that has, so if you're looking at your parents and even your parents' parents, like your grandmother, your grandfather, it's like, okay, so what relationship have you been looking at? What is your education when it comes to relationships? What have you been observing as you were growing up, looking at your grandfathers, grandmothers, or your parents, or whoever took care of you, whoever you had closest to you? What type of love story was brought to you that you have now incorporated? Because there's something, a little bit of a blockage there in my neck as I talk about that, as I enter that energy. And I feel like there's something here that we need to shake. We need to cut the cord, the umbilical cord with our parents in a way, like with our previous love story. We need to just sort of cut it off and be a little bit more. Do you feel how it almost feels like I have you in a grip here, like I own you. When you're so, like, you want to write your own story, you want to write your own love story and your own shining, you know, where you're a little bit more free. There's something here with the parents that doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't sit really well. So maybe you have whatever upbringing hasn't been given you the best romantic, like love education. Okay? We need to sort of cut that a little bit and write our own story. And it doesn't matter if you're like 25 or 55. You might still have some energy that you need to look at there. Okay. And for committed here, please. Oh, I love this. And you continue your path with 2 there. I mean, this whole year is a year of 2s, right? There's so much balance. There's so much beauty in that sense. And we have 11, which is a master number. So usually we don't mess with that. But we haven't, since we have another 2 there, and we have already the 20, the upgrade, the 2.0 version of yourself. 11, 1 + 1 = 2. So I feel like there is something here that we need to let go of. I don't know what you're carrying something around, Pisces. Is there something that you want to share with your person that you haven't fully been honest with? And it doesn't feel... It's almost like it's just a tiniest thing. It doesn't really have to be that big of a deal, but then you decided not to sort of say it's anything. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to share this, you know? And then there's something that, you know, well, maybe I should share it, because it feels like you just want to share everything with your person. And when you don't, it sort of builds and builds and builds. And now it's like, now I can't say it because it was like 6 months ago that this took place, so why have I waited for 6 months? No, I can't say it now. So I don't know if you don't recognize this, Pisces, that you have something that you want to share, that you want to release from yourself and share with your person, then your person definitely has something that they want to share with you. Something is very familiar here. I am getting, have I said this before? Have we talked about this before? There's like this, I'm remembering now that there's something to it here that, like, anywho. Yeah. As you detach yourself from this, as you surrender whatever sort of this is that you're carrying, or as your person does, there's a meeting point again. Like, you just, I love this because it's like, okay, so if we're just connect to our source, we have the connection. If you're looking at this image, if we just connect to source and you just keep moving forward, at some point there's going to be a meeting point where your person is connected to source as well, and you can sort of jive again. So there seems to be something that is a little bit hidden. I understand more now with this. There's something that someone is carrying. Someone is carrying and they haven't really shared the full truth of this. I don't feel too bad about it. Does that make any sense? I don't feel like this is the end of the world. Maybe you're a little bit afraid of how your partner is going to react as you say it, or how they're going to react to the fact that you haven't said anything. Why did you wait for this long? Or if this is your person walking around having a little bit of a knot in their stomach and they haven't really, you know, the reason why there's a little bit of a like, it might be all of this. This might all be taking place. It might be just rainbows and butterflies and roses even. Like, it's just so beautiful. But then there's this little thing that is nagging on either Pisces or your person, that it feels a little bit hidden, like we don't really come clear with it or come clean with it. As you do, release that. Either release it altogether, like just scratch, like just, and you have to feel which one is the best one for you. Whether you want to scratch it all together, you don't share this with your person. It's like, just release it and move on. But the holding on to it and not sharing feels like it takes a toll on you or your person. We release this, or as we share this with our person, or as they share this with you, there's going to be an equal meeting point again. We're going to meet up again. There's going to be balance here. It feels like it's almost unnecessary that this is taking place. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what else I can find there. So if you feel like this is your story and you want to hear more for both stories, then you're so welcome there. There's 2 links. One is to Vimeo, and the other one is to a donation place that's called Buy Me a Coffee, where you can literally go and buy me a coffee. Not literally, but you can go buy me a coffee. And as a result, you actually get access to all these extendeds because I put them there. Okay? Or to just support the channel. If you would want to, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. It really would help me a lot. So I hope to see some of you in the extended. If not, thank you so much for watching, Pisces. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.